APRocky, punk rocky, let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got a pretty good fucking episode for you today. We're back with another nighttime fucking episode. You know, it's kind of the vibe lately, just kind of doing late night episodes. You know, it's just better to do. You know, for some reason, as it hits nighttime, the weather fucking gets better. Like, I don't know. You know, the night just usually hits a little bit different. And this also song right here hits a little bit different too. This music video from APRocky. This song right here is called Punk Rocky. Now, apparently this new album that APRocky has been teasing, Don't Be Dumb, forever now. I mean, since like, probably the beat, like, I feel like this album's been teased for like 5+ months. And like, there was like a pre-save date where it was going to release, never came out, never came out, never came out. I think even some more dates came out or said the album. And then there was all this whole promotion. APRocky was going like, you know, the album's not coming out. And now 2025, and around the January time, we will be having a new APRocky album. Apparently this one's going to have like 30 different fucking genres in it. So, I mean, that's going to be fucking interesting to listen to. And one of the first genres that we have is more of the indie kind of punk rock sound, which I don't listen to this type of music on my own. I don't really check out this type of music. You know, I think the only indie stuff that I've really reviewed on this show is probably, you know, Cigarettes After Sex, you know, that whole entire band. But other than that, you know, I don't really review this genre that much. But I'm always open to, you know, listen to new things, review new things. And this song right here, Punk Rocky's a new song. Now, before I even get into the song, let's just talk about the music video because, you know, this music video, I think, is one of the best 2026 music videos that I've seen so far. I mean, I don't know which artist, I don't know who other artist, you know, rapper, singer, whatever is going to come out with a music video that's on the level of quality that this music video has. So, already off the bat, you know, I really do enjoy this music video. I like how it goes with the song. It's really cool in my opinion. And, you know, also the fact, too, I like how the music video, you know, has so much fucking to it. There also is this fucking crazy-ass, like, muscle man, like, running around, throwing everybody, you know, going fucking crazy. So, that's definitely fucking something to listen to. And also the fact, too, you know, I like that, you know, the music video has a little bit of a story to it. There is a little bit of an ending to it. You know, the ending is, you know, a police car crashing. But, you know, at least there is a little bit of an ending to it. So, you know, I don't really review music videos that much. But for this music video, I would definitely give this music video like an 8 out of 10. Like, flat out, one of the best music videos I've seen so far for 2026. And I hope APRocky's got more up his sleeve because already, you know, the visuals on this were fucking crazy. Now, I really like the visuals. I guess I wasn't expecting, you know, the song to sound so like this. And let's just get into it now, talking about the fucking instrumental. The instrumental is definitely that indie kind of guitar punk rock sound. I like the drums here. The drums just have a really kind of melancholy, kind of like really nice vibe to it. I like how the drums have that little roll as the track goes on, which is pretty awesome to listen to. Really like the guitars here. I think the guitar actually is a standout. Now, it is a little basic. You know, you definitely have heard this type of guitar before. But overall, I really do enjoy it. You know, it has a nice vibe to it. So, nothing really knocking the instrumental. This is your nice, typical indie kind of punk rock sound. I think it's done pretty well. Drums sound really good. I like the slight switch-ups that, you know, there's a slight drum roll. There's a slight, you know, the hi-hat's going crazy. Or, you know, the guitar has a little bit of some switch-ups too, which I really do enjoy. So that's really cool. Also the fact too, guys, one of the things that I also, you know, enjoy is the fact that, you know, this has a lot of great background vocals. Really nice background vocals, which is really cool. There's some background effects too, layered throughout this whole entire track, which I do enjoy. So I really enjoy the instrumental, all the different elements that just really come together. And I think, you know, if you want the kind of indie punk rock sound, I think this will definitely deliver. Definitely goes on there. Now, this is where I kind of, you know, not really enjoy the track that much, because let's talk about the hook. The hook is one of the mainstays here. The hook is played throughout the whole entire song over and over and over again. And this is where I kind of not enjoy the track that much, because APRocky's singing is not that good. Like, I really try to give this track a chance, you know. I listened to it more than once. You know, I was really trying to get into it. You know, when it came out around 2 p.m., I tried to listen to it, try to get into it, but I just can't get behind the singing. The singing sounds a little whiny, sounds a little too offbeat in my opinion, and it doesn't really match that well. The only thing that really comes together is those background vocals. So that's definitely something, you know. I just feel like the singing is just not really hitting for me. Like, I was really trying to give it a chance. You know, I do like the background vocals, and I do like how we get to switch up vocally for the next verse. But that beginning hook, that middle hook, and even the end of the hook is just kind of like really a moment where I'm just sitting here kind of going, man, I wish vocally this was a little bit better. I mean, look, I understand maybe APRocky can't really sing like that crazy or anything like that. And I know the indie rock sound, you can't go too crazy with the vocals, you know, it's like a underlying rule. But, man, I just wish there was some better vocal inflections. I wish the singing was a little bit more pronounced. I wish the singing was more up front. It feels a little too background. And when you know, have moments where the singing is just kind of put in the background, well, you have a situation where it's like Doja Cat. You know, Doja Cat dropped an 80s album in 2025, and that album was fucking terrible because, you know, all of her singing was done in the background. And when you do this kind of background singing, the track doesn't really stick with you, and I think that's a big problem with this hook. You know, this hook has a decent flow to it, has a decent, you know, some decent vocals to it, but it just doesn't really add up to anything when I listen to it, because I'm just like, damn, I wish there was a little bit more. And that's what it's fucking missing. Now, let's talk about that switch up. There is a little bit of a switch up with the second verse. We get a little bit more APRocky rapping on here, and I do like that. You know, I like the melodic flow, I like the rapping, I like the flowing on this beat. Now, it is, you know, pushed towards more the background, so that's definitely something. So, you know, if you want more of the rapping, it's kind of thrown to the side, it feels like. But overall, I would say, you know, that second verse is pretty nice. I think it kind of just tones down once we get back to the hook, and I'm just kind of like, damn, I wish it was a little bit better. So overall, guys, when we talk about APRocky, Punk Rocky, you know, first of all, you know, that music video was absolutely fantastic. I think the music video is one of the mainstays of this song. So, really cool visuals, really nice music video to follow along with. You know, I like that. I like the aspect of that. But when we talk about the music, you know, we have a nice indie kind of punk rock instrumental. The drums are nice. The guitar's nice. I'm liking all the vibes here, even the background effects. But then we get into the song. We get into APRocky's, you know, vocal performance. The singing is just not really hitting for me. Not really, you know, making the vibes that well. And I am a little worried for Don't Be Dumb, because I don't want to feel dumb thinking this is going to be some grand-ass album. And I listened to it, and these are the tracks that we're getting. We're getting, you know, singing that doesn't really hold any weight to it. We're also getting, you know, some rapping that just feels like it's, you know, put in the background for some after effects. So I am a little worried for this album. And overall, this track, Punk Rocky, is just going to get an easy 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And I am a little worried for this new album. You know, I'm wondering how it's going to sound, especially having 30 different genres. Now, hey, you know, recently, no, I guess not recently anymore, you know, it's a new year. But, you know, last year, you know, I did check out an album that, you know, had like 20 different languages. And that album honestly came out pretty fucking fire. And it was kind of a similar situation where the beginning single made me worried for the whole entire album. So this could be that same thing. You know, the album drops and holy shit, this shit's groundbreaking. It's a really good-ass album. We'll fucking see, guys. I don't know. So far, I'm not really impressed. Not really having a good time with this first track. But hopefully we get something better in the future. So yeah, let me know what you think about this song, about this album. Don't be dumb, guys. Thank you so much for listening. You know, thank you so much for supporting the podcast show. Season 12 has been fucking a blast already. Hopefully we can actually get our first Music fucking Friday. That's what I'm waiting for, alright? We're kind of just, picking tracks out. We're trying to, get through the week, obviously. Hopefully we get the first, official 2026 New Music Friday. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later.
Packages by Expedia. You were made to occasionally take the hard route to the top of the Eiffel Tower. We were made to easily bundle your trip. Expedia, made to travel. Flight-inclusive packages are ATOL protected.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Good one.